Hello, amazing humans. Welcome to my channel. I am Kimberly Jo Height, and today I have a question I wanted to share with you all. And it's, well, let me give you a little bit of backstory first. I just spent the last 7 days taking Colette Baron Reed's video or vision board challenge, and I love the way that she does it and the way that she runs it. And of course, I always support other people who do amazing things in this lifetime. So, if you don't know who Colette Baron Reed is, I use a lot of her decks. The Wisdom of the Oracle is one of my favorites, plus the Animal Spirit. And I'll go ahead and give you a sneak peek uh, of my vision board that I've started. And it has a border, and then it has a center, and then I haven't added all of the things. But here is what I wanted to share with you today, and what the caption is about is the question of, who do I have to become in order to have the experiences that I want to have? And I thought, it's such a great question. And I really just wanted to share with you kind of why I'm here on YouTube, why I show up in the world the way that I do, and what I plan on doing moving forward, and why this might be important for you as to ask yourself that question. So, if you've been here on my channel for a while now, I haven't gone into a whole lot of detail, but I used to be a coach in another coaching program. And last year, in April, beginning of May, I honored my no and stepped down from being a coach. And I, again, there's a lot of things behind that, and I'll get more into that, but that's more for in my coaching community, which is something that is coming. And so I I honored my no, and then I was let go from the program altogether. And it was a community of, you know, where I felt accepted and supported, and people held space for me. And, I had a coach, and I showed up for all the calls. I did all my assignments. I did all the things. And then to be completely cut off from that, and I won't tell you how I could have stayed attached to it, but that doesn't feel good. That energetically doesn't feel good. So I'm not going to share that piece. And I will never bash another business or another coach or another thing, because that doesn't feel good to me. Because the whole 3.5 years that I was there, I learned, I grew, I evolved. And again, I honored my no because there was something missing. And I've spent the last, let's see, how many months is that? So let's see, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So 8 months, and now we're into January, the middle of January already. So I spent the last 9 months, showing up on, different social media platforms. And I taught a chakrology course. I wrote a book in 5 days. I self-published it. I've created a workbook for that chakrology course. I've created some journals. I've done some art things. And so I've done a lot of growing and evolving and trying to navigate what this new chapter looks like. And sometimes I think that we get lost into what are we supposed to be doing next. And I really feel that this vision board, this question has really opened up some things for me. And again, it's been a journey. There's nothing that has happened, because life doesn't happen to me, it happens for me. And I want you to take that, as a mantra. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you, so that you can grow, evolve, change, shift, redirect, all those things. And so that question really is who do I have to become to have the experiences that I want to have? And I didn't really know the answer to that question. And so, I mean, I knew pieces and parts of it, but these last 9 months have really given me the opportunity to really find the why of why I show up here, even on YouTube or TikTok. Why do I make these videos? Why do I want to have a community of like-minded people? Why do I want to be a coach? Why do I want a wellness center, which is something you may not have heard before? And I'll talk more about that as the videos go along, but why do I want what I want? And, oftentimes we say it doesn't matter. You're allowed to want what you want. And I 100% totally agree with that. You are allowed to want what you want. what I've recognized is that if I don't go within, I don't always understand why I want what I want. And so going within and asking myself that question, who do I have to become in order to have the experiences that I want to have? This year has really been different because I want to have experiences. It's not so much the material stuff. I'm not saying that wanting material things is a bad thing at all. So please don't take it that way. But I can remember my vision boards from the past, and there were a lot of things on there that were very materialistic. And so, what did those things represent to me? Like a new car or a new house. That meant that I had money and I had more prosperity. And, some of the other things were like, it just meant quality time with my family. But I never really made that connection back then. But it was all of these things, all these material things that I wanted. And they really weren't based on the idea of how do I want to feel when I get that? How do I want to feel when I have that experience? And so again, you probably can't join it now. You may be able to join it today, but that's where I've been spending the last 7 days was creating this vision board and meditating and doing the things. And that question is just it's really gotten a hold of me. And something that I want to share is that I've had clients, I had people sign up for my chakrology course, but in full complete disclosure, I've been hiding because I have to start from scratch and that's kind of scary. And so if you're feeling that way in any area of your life, and I'm talking specifically about a coaching business, I mean that's what I want to do. That's I have so much wisdom, I'm in my 40s and I have a lot of wisdom to share. And I had to find my why as to why do I want to be a coach? Why do I want a wellness center? Why do I want the experiences that I want? And who do I have to become in order to have those experiences? And so that is something that it's a great question to ask yourself. I truly believe that for me, for what my purpose is that I want to empower you to be you. If you've been following me or subscribed to my channel, I've talked about not always feeling like I fit in or I belonged or I was too woo-woo for somebody or too weird or too this or too that. And I always marched to my own drummer and I was a rebel. And I got knocked down last year and that rebel part of me is like, where did she go? I felt like I kind of lost my fire, to do the things that I love to do. And so not knowing where I fit in or how to show up in the world, that's kind of a big question. And there have been times throughout my life where I've shown up and things have worked out and things haven't worked out. And so I have a lot of knowledge, but part of the reason why I want to empower you. So if you look up empowerment on the internet, like Google, and I actually did this recently, one of the things that kept coming up for empowerment is for people who've gone through trauma. I don't share that a lot here because this is a public forum and there's no like secrecy here. I'm showing up authentic, but if you want to hear more of my story or my journey or more details, that's safe for my coaching clients and it's in a safe space. But I've gone through traumas in my life. I look at things that happened in my childhood, in my teenage years, my young 20s. And then all the things that I've studied between, in my teens till now. And so I want everyone to let their light shine. And I always think of this song, and I'm not a religious person, I am spiritual, and I'm not knocking you if you are. I don't have a judgment as to if you believe in a higher power, God, whatever it is that you do, that's perfect. And I've always remembered this song from when I was little and I used to go to Sunday school. We used to hold our finger up and say, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And that's really kind of like been my mantra, this feeling of letting my light shine. And I want to guide others to like, take the cover off and let your light shine too. Sorry about that. My little guy, he keeps wanting to come in and out. He can't make up his mind. I always remember that song, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And it's really been important to me to empower others to be who they are, be who you are. And so that's part of my why for being a coach. And I love seeing others being successful. I love to celebrate, the successes. And I also like to celebrate the growth, the things that aren't pretty. So that's part of why I want to be a coach. And there's some other reasons, under there too. But again, I had to ask myself the question, why? And who do I have to become in order to have the experiences that I want to have? And that's where I've been I go within, and you guys have the answers too. And so I just want you to think about that. That's a great journal prompt for today. Think about something that you want to experience and then ask yourself that question. Who do I have to become in order to have that experience? And I'll give you an example. So I am literally starting from ground zero, you guys. I'm working on making that step into who I want to become, and that's to show up as a professional coach, right? And so who do I have to become? Well, I've been showing up here, and today I have my hair done, even did some makeup. I'm not a real big makeup person, so I don't wear a lot of makeup. And there's a story behind that. I grew up with a mom who was all natural, and in my teen years, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup, and so I never really learned. And then I became an esthetician, and I was forced to learn makeup, and makeup's not really my thing. But one of the things for me, when I ask myself that question is, who do I need to become in order to have the experience I want to have is, so I want to show up as someone who has prepared themselves to show up professionally. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with, I've coached in my pajamas before. We went through a time of life where, life shut down as we knew it. And so we didn't have to get dressed from the waist down if we didn't want to. I am fully clothed today, I promise. It's you get into these habits, and it's so for me to step into who I want to become, part of that is getting up and maybe having a cup of coffee and maybe journaling or meditating or pulling from my empowerment deck or doing my own little mini reading for myself and thinking about how do I want to feel? My day is going to be amazing. I'm so curious as to what's going to happen today. So certain things that I need to set in place for myself so that I can have the experience of having a thriving coaching business. And so I'm sharing personally with you. This is what I want. And who do I have to become in order to experience that? But I want a thriving coaching business. I want to be your coach. I want to be the coach for anyone who feels like they resonate with me or they feel connected to me. And one of the things that I had to look at were, I don't want to chase people. I don't want to be like that. Uh, there's some stories behind that. I don't want to be like this sleazy car salesman. I'm sorry. If you're a car salesman, you're not all sleazy. I'm not saying that, but I'm just giving you the idea of some of the thoughts or judgments that I may have had about who I didn't want to be. And so marketing for me is something that's uncomfortable. Here's the thing. Who do I have to become? I have to become the person who's comfortable with marketing. I have to be the person who's comfortable with showing up on YouTube and, giving you guys the tips and tricks. And this platform, I'm not going to, and I did a video a while ago about, trying to get to like 100,000 YouTube subscribers. If the universe or my spirit, if my soul knows what the form is, it's better than what I'm intending. Like I have this vision of what I want. I want that, something better, something that my ego or my conscious brain can't even comprehend. So if I meant to be a YouTuber, then great, let me be that vessel. If I meant to be a TikToker, great, let me be that vessel. If I meant to have a thriving coaching business, then great, let me be that conduit for that. So I am taking steps forward to becoming the person that I want to be and have the experiences that I want to have. And instead of not moving forward, I'm going to do the things that feel inspired. But I also have to check in with, why do I want to do this thing? So one of the things that is coming soon that I want to talk about, I know I've kind of rambled and gone around a lot of different things today, but I am building, I would say, I used to say I'm going to build my empire. Um, empire, it doesn't mean I'm going to have this huge reach, and maybe I will, I don't know. All I know is that me, spent the last part of 2023 just being present with my family and feeling the love and the connection. And then I spent the beginning of the year focusing on, meditation and asking myself questions. And that had led me to this great book by Marilee Adams, Change Your Questions, Change Your Life. And then she also has a workbook, Change Your Questions, Change Your Life. And, as a coach, I know that we ask questions because you have the answers within you. And my job, which is my joy of being, is to bring that to the surface so that you can see that you have the solutions within you. So I was reading these books, and I want to share it with you, why questions are so important. So that's something that's coming soon. I don't know if I'm going to do like a three-day workshop, but that is coming. So I wanted to give you, just a quick heads up if you wanted to get these. I got them on Amazon. I do not have an affiliate link. And I do have affiliate links, but that's not something that's set up. That's coming in the future. So, again, ask yourself that question. And thank you so much for putting up with my squirrely brain. But I really just, I'm here for you. When I think about what it is that I want, it literally brings tears to my eyes, you guys. I know the experience that I want to have, and who I want to be, and how I want to show up in the world, and what that purpose is. Like, I have this emotional response to it, and I know that this is it. I just don't know the form. And I'm open to whatever that form is, and I'm taking these steps, move forward, and allow the universe, spirit, God, my co-creator with my life, bring it into form. And so ask yourself that question: who do I have to become in order to have the experiences that I want to have? And it's more than just manifesting or law of attraction or law of assumption or getting all the material things you want. Those are all bonuses. Those are all things that work. There's tips and tricks and techniques and all the things. And you have to find what works for you. And I've got over 20 years experience of things that I know work for my clients, and I still do have clients. I'm just putting myself out in the world in a bigger way. It was uncomfortable. And one of the other things, I share here really quickly that, when I walked away from the other program and then I was removed from the program, I lost that community. And so I had this mindset, oh, to do life again all by myself, all alone. And I had that, went back to that habit, that thought of I have to do life by myself. I want you to hear this. You don't have to do life alone. And you're never alone, regardless of what your beliefs are. You are a soul and you have a connection to source. Okay, you can see it, feel it, believe it or not, it's still there. So we were never truly alone. And so in December, I actually got myself into another coaching program, signed up for it, and it's been wonderful. And then, of course, I also follow Colette Baron Reed, and I took her Vision Board Challenge, and I'm in her Oracle Circle. And so I have myself back out there to be in a community, because how can I promote community if I want to create my own community? How can I do that if I'm not being the person who is a part of a community? So I hope that makes sense. So again, I'm going to be going over a lot of different things, and some of this may just be me sharing my personal story. And if there's, something has resonated with you today, please comment below. If there's a topic that you want me to talk about, if it's not too personal, I will definitely share it here. And I think I'm going to take you a little bit more behind the scenes about how I'm setting up moving forward so that I am becoming the person that has the experiences that she wants to have. So yeah, I think that's it for today, you guys. I am showing up authentically with you and letting you be a part of my journey. Um, Sometimes even that's a little uncomfortable. Here's what I wanted to tell you. So my new coach, one of the things that she says is get comfy being uncomfy. And because there are some things that we do that it's a little uncomfortable. So another thing too. Right. I think that's how I'm gonna end this today. I again, I hope that this resonates with you and that it makes sense to ask yourself, who do I have to become? And I'm gonna be talking more about that and sharing my own personal experience so you can see what I'm talking about when it says, who do I have to become? And so, one of the things I said is that I get dressed now, I do makeup. I don't always do makeup, but sometimes I do, and that's part of that process of who do I have to become? I have to become someone who is not a pajama coach. And again, there's no judgment about people who are coaching in their pajamas. But for me, who I want to become, that is something that I do because it's almost like I'm rehearsing. I'm taking on this new persona of the woman that I want to be. And the woman that I want to be right now, what she does is she gets dressed. It's almost like I'm being an actor in my own life. I'm rehearsing. So I on the outfit that speaks to me that day, and I wash and dry my hair and I straighten it. Maybe I'll curl it one of these days. And then today I did makeup, and then what color eyeshadow do I want to put on? And do I want it to be bold? And do I want to do mascara above and below? And it's those are the things that I am doing to step into becoming the person I want to be who has the experiences that I want to have. So journal about that. Ask yourself that question. Who do I have to become to have the experiences that I want to have? And then how can you act that out? How can you, what does she or he do? The experience that you want to have, what do they do that you're not currently doing? Then go do that. Right. That's okay. I'm gonna end it there. Thanks for hanging out with me. And of course, I'm gonna go ahead and make my heartfelt marketing pitch. If you're loving my content, please hit that subscribe button, hit a little bell so that you get notified when I do a new video. And of course, like this one and comment below. Say hi or just hit the comment. I am becoming the person that I want to be, has the experiences that I want to have. You can shorten it. Just give me an affirmation down below. So, you'll be an amazing human. Have a great day. Sending you lots of love, light, and really big hugs always. Mwah. See you next time.